physical traits that you got from mom and dad? Did you get your blonde hair from mom or dad? Eyes from mom or dad? Height from mom or dad?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? What about you? What did you get from mom and dad? Okay. Who else? What about you?
Height from dad, height from mom.
Anything else? Yeah. How many of you guys just feel like you got all your traits from one side? Explain. Look exactly like your mom, so you got the same hair, you got the same hair, you got the same eyes, you got the same height, you got the same body. So do you think you got like a lot taller or just a little bit taller? You got your height figured out?
I look just like my dad.
You look what?
I look just like my dad. Like, if you saw a picture like that, like,
Different from your dad?
no, actually he's short, so yeah.
Okay. Okay. And what about you?
I got my eyes and my hair and my face. Dad, and I got my height from
Get your height from your mom. Okay. So yeah, so this is kind of how heredity works, right? Sometimes we get, usually most people get some from both. Very seldom is it just all coming from one. But it's interesting to see how it works out with the eyes and the hair and the cheekbones. You probably feel like you got your nose from either your mom or your dad, right? Oftentimes it's not usually a combination, it's usually from one or the other. But yeah, your structure of your shoulders, your height, all that kind of stuff, which side it all comes from. So, generally speaking, guys, sometimes the female gets the height from dad, but oftentimes from mom. Okay, but nothing's like set in stone. It's not, so, but it's usually how it works out. So, what biological aren't good? Yeah. So not necessarily does it come from mom or from dad, but maybe from grandma or grandpa. And that can be the case with height. Generation it could came from your grandparents. Okay? And that can go with some of the bad things. All right. Next one. Before we circle up there, the pie graph, we talked about the P, the S, the I, and the E. Today we're actually going to define what each of these things are and talk a little bit about physical. And within that, in last class we talked about how we should be trying to earn the 25% of each one of these areas. Okay, so if we're trying to earn the 25% of the physical side of our health, then we do that through proper exercise, proper care. Okay? Like taking a shower every day is preventive care. Brushing your teeth and flossing your teeth regularly is preventive care. Okay? So, doing these things can help us earn that 25% being physically healthy. If you live a sedentary lifestyle where you're not very active and you don't get a lot of if all you do is eat junk food in time and you never even touch, you never even reach your 5 servings of fruits and vegetables and stay close to the food custom, then you're probably not doing a very good job of earning that 25% towards your physical health. Only touching on this one here, we've got to this, a lot of teenagers are really suffering in this area, okay? And if you're suffering in this area, then it's up to you to make that change. It's time to put down the video game, it's time to put down the handheld device, and it's time to get up on your feet and go get some steps. Now, if anybody has one of these like I do, that should be your goal. Okay, 10,000 in a day gets you that 60 minutes of exercise activity. My son Maddox had basketball practice last night. Showed up to basketball practice. He's got one of these. He wears it. Shows up to basketball practice right as soon as we get there. I go, all right. He was on 11,000 at 5 o'clock last night. And he'd been in school all day just like you guys. But he had reached 11,000 at 5 o'clock when basketball practice was getting ready to start. Now basketball practice lasts an hour. Then straight from basketball practice, he had an hour of agility training with high school and college kids. He's doing this now twice a week. Like when agility training, basketball was over, agility training was over, after those 2 hours, he was at 19,800. He put on almost 9,000 steps in 2 hours. Now your goal for a day should be 10,000. Okay? So he like doubled. Okay, now I'm not saying that's what people should go out and do necessarily, but it can be easily accomplished in just a little bit of time. You know, you go out there and you get exercise for an hour, you're going to get it along with everything else you do. You're walking through and you're in PE class every other day, and some of you play your sports and stuff like that. But there's way too much just sitting around with human beings. You know, people just living that sedentary lifestyle, just sitting, watching TV, watching Netflix, playing video games, social media, and it's all done sitting, not actively moving. Okay? And if they're moving to the pantry getting something unhealthy. Right? They're moving to the pantry and back. Hey, how many steps did I get when I went and got that Snicker bar out of the pantry, you know? Okay, great. You got 14 steps and, 200 negative calories. So, anyway, the better we can do on this, try to get as much to that 25% as you can. All right, the second one of the 4 is social, and this has to do with the people that we associate with, our relationships with other people. Our relationships. Many of you guys know that Mozart Elementary School, which happens to be where my son goes to school, yesterday, right? On the hard lock yesterday. So on lockdown. With other people, are they positive relationships? You get to choose who you're friends with. Nobody makes you be friends with certain people. You get to choose who it is that, in your life, your boyfriend and girlfriend. You guys get to choose that. Nobody's telling you who you have to. Ultimately, later on in life, hopefully for another about 15 that person is. Make good choices. Make good choices who your friends are, who you hang out with on a regular basis. Make good choices. Because you get caught up sometimes, right? You get caught up with the wrong group of people that aren't helping you get to where you want to be. If you know where you want to be, then hang out with people that are headed in that same direction. If they're not, it might be a nice person, it might be fun, but are they getting you where you need to be? And it's funny how these all kind of correlate together. Even though this is 25% and this is and this is and this is, they really just kind of smudge together. Okay? Better people you hang out with, better friendships you have, the better you're going to feel about yourself. The better you feel about yourself, the healthier you're going to eat. The healthier you eat, the more you're going to exercise. Right? It all just goes together. I got 800 friends on Facebook. Oh, wonderful. I have 3,000 followers. Awesome. Yeah. You need more time? Right here? You didn't need it. Who had protein this morning? Who and actually was like, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot and see if it helps. All right, so, yes or no, did it help you? Yes or no, did it help you? Huh?
Yeah.
Yes or no, did it help you? Over here, anybody? Try it. You did?
Yeah.
Did it help you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've never had a student tell me that it didn't help them. Some people say it helps a little bit more than others. Maybe it's because the amount of, but you know, you also have to get a good night's sleep. Okay? You can't do and then wake up and have protein and think that you're going to make this miraculous, improvement. And you still have to get a decent chunk of sleep. And next morning, and trust me, you will, like you guys, you will notice a difference. Stick with it. Stick with it. Because tomorrow, if you don't do it, you're going to be right back to feeling body wants routine. So stick to a good positive routine. All right, so I think being a lifelong learner is a good thing. Trying to gain experiences in life and like just become satisfied because that number one, that's boring, and number two, it doesn't help you feel good about yourself. Whenever you set out to do something that is hard for it, and you learn from and experiences from it, you feel good. Okay, it's like a sense of accomplishment. Okay, and that's kind of what the whole intellectual side is. No, I'm gonna tell this story yesterday. What did you call the kid at lunch a poopy head? Yep, got his switch taken away last night. That didn't make him happy. He gets 30 minutes of that every evening, and didn't get it last night. Dad, do I get it back tomorrow? Call a kid a poopy head, or you get in trouble at lunch, or? So where did you learn that word? Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig. They're little English accents. Poopy head.
They got some monster insults on that channel. They got some amazing insults on that channel. Back in the day of backyard.
All right, I'm sorry, this is the fourth one, emotional. And this is how we feel about ourselves. The best way to feel about yourself is doing something for somebody else. How many of you guys go to your work? Feel good, right? Feel good about yourself because you're helping other people out. Little things like holding the door, guys, holding the door open. Walking out, holding the door open, letting the female go, just, and she turns around and she smiles and she says thank you, and you smile because she smiled, and all of a sudden both your days are just a little bit better. You know what I mean? Just walking by somebody you don't even know in the mornings at school, and you don't even know them, and you just walk by and say good morning, and you have a little smile on your face. They're forced at that point. No matter how their day is going, they're forced into saying, good morning. You know what I mean? And some people don't. But you know what? That's the problem, right? It happens in here. Like you guys come in, you guys know a lot of times when you walk in, I say, good morning. Good morning, how you doing? Good morning, how you doing? And I'm doing good. Good morning, how are you? It's great. Some kids, they just walk right by it, And I'm like, that's your problem. I smile, I say good morning to you. You don't have a respect. I'm sorry, that's your problem,
There's some. We found out that on fire. So we had this whole case of water, water bottles in our car, so we pulled over and made it fun.
Yeah, obviously they could use it a lot more than you could. That helped them. You felt good about it, right? Yeah. Buddies goes back almost 20 years ago. One of my buddies is, the tunnel that goes underneath the airport runway? Okay. So he had come out of that tunnel, and he was coming up onto the 215. He comes across, and he had said he'd never done this before in his life, but there was a car pulled over on the side of the road, and they had a flat tire. He did not know the person, obviously. He didn't know if it was male, female, kid, adult, no idea. Just for some reason, he decided to pull over and help him, not knowing who it was. Long story short, he's married to that lady. Is that crazy? Crazy. He literally pulled over not knowing, and he like, his explanation is he saw that there was a flat tire, didn't see a person, saw that there was a flat tire, just like, I'm gonna pull over and help. Pulls over, then has to back his, he had a Tahoe, had to back his Tahoe up, and as he's backing it up, the person in the car gets out, and that's when he realizes it was a female. And she was just like waiting, I guess, for somebody to help. And so he gets out and he, tells her, hey, I'll help you, da-da-da-da-da. So she opens up her trunk and gets out the jack and the spare and everything, and he's fixing the tire and, da-da-da-da-da. And then after he fixed the tire, he was set to just leave, and she was like, that was so nice of you, you didn't have to do that, da-da-da-da. Here's my number, give me a call if you want sometime. Next thing you know, they're married and they have kids now, it's like crazy, right? So hey, gentlemen, if you're like Brock and you've never had a girlfriend,
He ain't lying.
and probably never will,
He ain't lying.
your best shot might be to help somebody on the side of the road.
Hi.
Or sitting, I should say.
You were telling the truth, though. I have so much.
Ladies, you see, this is his go-to line. He's letting you know right now he's available.
He's available.
Only morning guys.
All right, now listen. All right, listen. You guys, we're done with 1.1. So we're done with 1.1. So I'll use Brock's as an example. I don't know how good of an example this is.
Oh, boy, this is
It said, his last thing he wrote was how to get a girlfriend. and then it says equals fixed tire. It does. But, all right, so right here, he's going to write notes 1.2 wellness, the date, highlight it, and then continue with today's notes on 1.2. If you want to go to the next page, that's a great question. Yes, you can. If you don't, if you just want to end it there and turn and start fresh, go to that too. Okay? Make sure we get the titles and the dates in there. Alright. Hopefully William didn't start on the first page. Okay, hopefully William lets himself enough space to get the initial stuff down there. Okay, so you guys did everything you were supposed to do. I don't know if Hoodie Boy did or not. He was back there napping. But if you did, you essentially get your 10 points. Okay? And right now, this is only going to take us maybe 15 or 20 minutes to do 1.2. That's going to earn you another 10. Okay, another 10. And first test is going to cover through. Today, you're already going to be halfway there to having the information you need for our first test. And our first test is going to be on September 11th. Okay, September 11th. That's 13 days from now. All right, the objectives. Write them down. Medium falls 4 to 7, and high falls 8 to 10. Or a regular basis. Not necessarily you as a teenager, but write down one low level, one medium level, high level. Very risky, semi-risky, risky but not real risky. The teenagers, regular basis. 1, 2, and 3. Write it down and be ready to share.